This is one of the first political cartoons to show up after the Dred Scott case. This weird political cartoon was based on events that happened in the 1800s, and it shows many political figures dancing with people who they support or against, with Dred Scott being in the middle of all of it. Dred Scott versus Sanford was an important part of our history. It involves the first use of the judicial review, adopted in the Marbury versus Madison case. The Missouri Compromise was declared unconstitutional by use of the judicial review. The event was held in the Supreme Court, and it focused heavily on slavery. How Dred Scott was treated and how the ruling went would change how people would think of the judge, Chief Justice Roger B. Taney. How it all started was Army Surgeon John Emerson, or Dred Scott's owner, took Dred Scott in and out of slavery illegal zones when he was still alive. Later on down the road, when Dred Scott's owner died, Dred Scott sued for his freedom in 1846. The reason behind why this event is called Dred Scott versus Sanford is because Sanford stands for Irene Sanford, which is John Emerson's wife, who was the owner of Dred Scott. She thought that Dred Scott should still be her slave, even though her husband took him in and out of slavery illegal zones. Although Dred Scott sued for his freedom in 1846, he would not see results until 11 years after in the Supreme Court, in this very room. When Dred Scott's case finally reached the Supreme Court, Roger B. Taney judged him. He and many others there were pro-slavery. Now for the Dred Scott decision. The decision was that after a year of the case, Roger B. Taney found that slaves could not sue. They did not have the rights to sue. Furthermore, that made Dred Scott's time in slavery illegal zones not count, according to Chief Justice Roger B. Taney. In the process, Chief Justice Roger B. Taney found that Congress could not prohibit slavery in territories, and to do so would be a violation of the Fifth Amendment. So the Missouri Compromise was repealed by use of the judicial review, and territories like these were now open to slavery. My event caused change because it led to the abolition of slavery in the U.S., and it also changed how people thought of slavery and how they perceived slaves, with many political cartoons being published. Furthermore, the decision angered many abolitionists, and many events carried through afterwards regarding slavery, which partly led to the Civil War.